Hearing interesting news lately. I don't know why I'm streaming. It's not like anything interesting's happened today as far as NASCAR goes. I mean, I certainly haven't heard anything. I mean, really. Welcome to race number 8. The Food City 500. Is this shit not working? Hold on. Twitch is giving me shit already, so I'm sure this will be a wonderful stream. Will we finally get another race where we don't get kicked off every 5 minutes? Twitch is giving me shit already. Okay, my mic's working. We're good to go. Race number 8. Hold on, let me adjust my volume. That's a little loud. Alright. And as we go throughout the race, we'll talk about things. Like I said, gee, I don't think there's any interesting news today, is there? Alright. Just another boring day for race fans. I'm kidding. Race number 8. Here we go. Bristol. This is going to be super fucking easy because the AI at Bristol is fucking garbage.
Still there?
AI here is just a bunch of pushovers. So 500 laps of this, I apologize in advance because the only struggle we're going to have is getting to the front and then getting past the lap traffic when we get to the lead, because we will lead this race. That is for sure. I said for certain and for sure at the same time. So, I guess when we get strung out and there's not a lot going on screen, I'll talk about the whole Dale Earnhardt Jr. news today. And if anybody wants to pose any questions, if anybody stops by to watch this and they want to pose some questions, they can feel free. I'll talk about anything. We're going to be doing 2 streams today. We got this race, and then we're going to play some more Batman tonight. Good to be back. I was going to do this race. Whoops. That was an accident. I did not mean to get into him. I'm trying to get to the front without running anybody over, but I'm not being very successful at it. And because of how lap traffic is, we've got to run the bottom, and I don't like running the bottom here. I like running the top. It's the fastest way around. Because, you know, they jacked Bristol all to hell, and now the top lane is the fastest usually. Although we saw in the awesome, unbelievably great Cup race on Monday that after a while, both lanes are about even, because you had like Jimmy Johnson and Martin Truex, who were digging on the bottom, and then you had Kyle Larson up high, who dominated the first half of the race. You had cars that could run high, run low. It was pretty equal, and the race itself was unbelievable. And it's funny because it didn't start off that way. It didn't look like it was going to be anything special. It looked like it was going to be a boring race because I thought Kyle Larson was going to lead every lap. But I should have known that as great as Kyle Larson is and as big of a fan I am of Kyle Larson, he burned his stuff up in the first half of the race. And I couldn't believe he ran as good as he did in the last 100 laps, because I thought he would have nothing left. There was that run where they were green for a while. Oh, Blaney, I'm sorry. Blaney, save it. Let me get under you and help you save it. That run in the middle of the race where they were green for a long time and he was out there on old tires sliding around, killing himself to try to keep the lead from Martin Truex Jr. I thought that he was fucked then, but then he got some fresh tires on and was still able to hang up there, but he couldn't quite dominate like he had. He was still a top 3 car with the ability to potentially get out front, but he just wasn't as dominant. He used that thing up for all it was worth first half of the race. And once again, Jimmy Johnson does what Jimmy Johnson does. Oh, you think Johnson's struggling? Come on! Get out of the way! Yellow's out because Danica Patrick won't get the fuck out of my way. Jesus Christ, I didn't want to fucking cause any problems in this race. I didn't want to run over anybody. But we did. We sure did.
All clear.
Making 3 wide into 1. I'm sorry for causing that wreck. I really apologize. I didn't mean to wreck anybody. Just being aggressive, trying to get to the front. Hopefully we'll get a long run in this race.
Still there.
I should have pitted to punish myself. Put myself back and have to work my way up through the field again. That would have been fitting. Since I want to be an idiot who runs over people. But in fairness, I feel like she came down on me because I was just trying to get under her. She just completely ignored the fact that I was there. Much like she ignored the fact that David Reagan and Landon Castle were 3 wide, were on the outside of her Sunday, and she just drove straight up into them like they weren't fucking there and wrecked herself and David Reagan. So that was your Danica news for the week. She wrecked herself like a fucking knob, because that's what she does. Glad I don't have any nose damage. We managed to get through this far without hurting the nose, getting minor damage, which I'm sure we will at some point. Dealing with all the traffic you're going to have to deal with at this place. Oh, Jesus, that was a terrible angle getting into that corner. What am I doing?
There.
So, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Still there.
I was actually, I know given the events of the last year and a half, whatever, of Dale Jr.'s career, that him announcing his retirement should not be that shocking, but it was honestly still shocking. I thought I heard him talk about a couple weeks ago, he was ready to talk about an extension. And I was like, oh, that's promising. I think Junior's going to be okay. He feels okay. They haven't had the best luck this season, but he seems to feel okay. Wow, this car got really topped in. He seems to feel okay and optimistic about the future, so I'm like, maybe he'll race a few more years. Nope, he's calling it quits from full-time Cup racing at the end of this year. I was relieved to hear him say, though, you'll still see him occasionally. He's not done racing. He's just not going to be full-time in Cup anymore. So I'm hopeful that he'll come back and run like the Daytona 500 and maybe another race or two. Because I'd like to see him win another Daytona 500. And as long as he owns Junior Motorsports and has the working relationship with Hendrick Motorsports, that'll be a possibility, because if he gets a car from them, he'll have a competitive shot at winning another 500, which is what I would want. I hope we have not seen his last Daytona 500. I'd like to think he'll come back and run another one.
That was a great lap.
But I'm happy for him that he feels comfortable enough to just make this decision. And I'm happy that he got to come back and race again, no matter how this year turns out by the end. That he got to come back and race again and make the choice that he wanted to walk away. I'm glad it's his choice.
Stay low. Still
That's
there.
what's really encouraging about all this. It's really hot in here. I'm getting grumpy just sitting here. I don't like pausing this, so I didn't want to turn the air on, but after a few minutes, I'm like, okay, I'm fucking hot. I need to turn the air on. I hate pausing this game. Pausing a racing game just takes me completely out of the groove.
Yellow's out.
Yellow's out again. Do not pit. Wow, a caution that we didn't call, so that's a relief. I don't know what the caution was for. To get through this race is going to be a long, boring affair, and here we go. We're about to take the lead for the first time. If this car will turn. That high side really gets a run off the corner, don't they?
All clear.
Alright, we take the lead on lap 35. That's a little sooner than I thought, but with the 2 cautions, one of which that was my fault, we got up here pretty quickly. If there's another caution, I'd probably pit. There's another caution before the end of this run, God willing. I hate long green flag runs here because by the end we'll be so fucking tight. It'll just be borderline undrivable. We can run better lap times than this. I'm frustrated right now because I'm not running as fast as I think I should be, and Kenseth is able to stay with me. Give you the leaderboard up there. Is the game getting laggy again? That's a terrible lap. What am I doing? How come I can't run good lap times? See, in a race like this, that's what I worry about, because I know I'm going to win because the fucking AI here blows, and we're on max difficulty for this place. But it's whatever. I'm not going to start pushing it just to run good lap times. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. God, I really have to get off the gas coming out of the corner. What is my best time ever here? A 3:19. Okay. Has anybody ever ran a sub 17 lap in this game here? Because Bristol in this game is all fucked up. You're just way too fucking slow for Bristol. You run a 17.5 second lap at Bristol, you're going to be lapped rather quickly. Casey Kane was on pit road. I'm happy to see that because fuck Casey Kane. Just in this game. I don't hate Casey in real life. I just hate him in the game. I'm still butthurt about Fontana because I should have won that race. It is what it is. We moved on. We've done good since. So Bristol today, Richmond next week, and then Talladega the week after that. Oh boy. You know, I don't qualify, start dead last every week, and at the plate tracks it doesn't matter because if you just qualify at the plate tracks, you'll always qualify dead last because the AI will run qualifying laps at speeds that you can only run in the draft. For some reason, the game is like that. They'll run like 45s at Talladega. And when you're not in the draft in this game, I think you run like 47s or 48s or something. We're running consistent lap times, but I feel like we should be faster. I don't know how to describe the line I'm running. It's not very consistent. I might do some kind of stream sometime to talk about and celebrate Dale Jr.'s career. I think Dale Jr., if you made a list of top 10 drivers who have not won a Cup championship, Dale Earnhardt Jr. would definitely be on it. With Mark Martin, Ricky Rudd, and Harry Gant. Now there's a fast lap time. Now we're fucking talking here. We'll start catching the tail end of the field soon. I'm not looking at laps because I just don't even want to know. This race is going to take forever. So it's better off if I just don't look at laps or lap times. Try to get this race over with because it's not going to be the most exciting. Next week at Richmond might be a little more exciting, even though I know I'm going to do good there. Can't apologize for being good at this. Because after Fontana, after races like Fontana, Atlanta, Daytona, and even Vegas, we won Daytona and Vegas, but even after races like that, I learned to appreciate the ones like this where you just get to go out and whoop ass because, man, we've had some rough ones this year. Not rough finishes, just like really harshly competitive races. So appreciate the ones you get to dominate. I should be ready to stream some Batman later after this. Wonder if we'll have any more game crashes in that one. Wow, I love seeing lap traffic 3 wide ahead of me. That's great. And I guess Kurt Busch was involved in a caution earlier, or it's because he pitted, but he's back here.
Stay low. Still there. Clear low.
Use up Ryan Reed a little bit there. I'm as patient as I can be, but I don't want to get stuck behind these guys and ride around and let the other top 5 guys catch up to me. We're going to wind up lapping the field if this thing stays green for most of the race. If we get long green runs, we will wind up lapping everyone.
Still there.
Harrison Burton, always the slowest car on the track. So that was a first gaggle of lap cars we had to get through, and we got through there relatively well. Lost about a 1/10.5 to 2/10, but that's no big deal. I'm not too concerned about it in this race. This race, I feel very laid back because I know I'm going to win. This is not even going to be fun to watch for anyone, so. I wonder if anybody's actually sat and watched one of my full races, other than the people who were here when I streamed the Daytona 500. I know there were some people that really hung with me during that race.
Stay low. Still there.
That race yesterday was great. I loved Look, Bristol, it's not what it once was since they fucked it up, but it's still capable of putting on some really amazing races. We've seen great races at Bristol since the reconfiguration and all that, and yesterday was definitely one of them. We've had some stinkers, but that race on Monday was phenomenal, and the fact that the winning car didn't lead a lap until like the last 100 or so. Really had no idea who was going to win the race. And then there at the end, I think if the run had been a bit longer, I think Boyer could have won. All he needed was some lap traffic, but he wasn't going to get the amount of lap traffic that he needed to catch the 48. Clint Boyer came out of nowhere. He had a speeding penalty in the middle of the race. And then all of a sudden at the end, he finds himself up in second. And I was like, oh man, if Johnson gets hung up in traffic, Boyer's going to be right there, and I hope he can get it. But nah. Thin traffic, few laps to go, Johnson drove away. Won by about a second and a half, maybe. It was a great race, though. Phenomenal. Hate what happened to the 88 car, but whatever. Their luck will surely turn around. Talladega's in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks now. Up until today, I had this weird feeling. I'm a Dale Jr. fan, as you know. I like the guy. I like Dale Jr. just because he's a fucking good dude. And coming into this year, after last year, I was really concerned about the plate tracks. Now, usually as an Earnhardt fan, you would think, oh, you must really fucking love Daytona and Talladega, and I do. And as a fan, I love those races just for the entertainment value. But given Junior's health problems last year and all that, I was really concerned. I've been dreading Talladega because I'm really scared for him. Because I know he had a bad wreck last year that I think started the concussion problem again for him. And those races can be pretty damn scary. He hasn't flipped in a car in over 7 years. He flipped Daytona in the nationwide race in 2010, but, you know, flips aren't as bad. It's just hitting the fucking wall extremely hard, you know. Every driver will tell you they'd much rather flip than hit the wall head on or something. But I've been really concerned about Talladega. But suddenly after today, after the announcement and everything, I'm at peace. I'm actually looking forward to Talladega because I want to see Junior win another race this year. I don't care where it's at. I just want to see him win another race. And Talladega is always an opportunity. Remember, he did get wrecked in the Daytona 500 while he was leading that race. And he was leading it for a reason. They had a really good car at Daytona in February. So hopefully they can go to Talladega and get up front and stay there and avoid the trouble. You know, that's the key. You just got to be up front and you're a lot less likely. You've got to be single file, strung out against the wall, just how he likes it. You know. I hope they do well. And I don't care where he wins this year if he wins. I just want to see him win one. He deserves one more win at least. It'll be a nice little bow on that pretty damn good career he's had in NASCAR's top 2 series. He'll be in the Hall of Fame one day. No doubt, because if you're going to put guys like Dale Jarrett in the Hall of Fame, Dale Jr.'s on that level. So, and the impact he's had on the sport outside the car is certainly Hall of Fame worthy, and he'll continue to have that. He could go in the Hall of Fame as a car owner one day, for all we know, because I think Junior Motorsports, I hope they go to Cup one day. I heard they asked Junior today at the press conference if Junior Motorsports was ever going to be a Cup team, and he said Kelly looked at him and shook her head no, but I hope that in spite of that, he gets her to come around to the idea, because I think NASCAR needs more Cup teams, because if you look at it right now, only about 38 cars are showing up every week. We've had 39, we've had a full field of 40 a couple times this year, but mostly it's just about 38 cars show up. Why is Ben Kennedy 16th? Is this for real? For some reason I still feel like I'm lapping guys back in the 20s and 30s if I'm passing Ben Kennedy, who won the truck race here at Bristol last year. Phenomenal race that was. He and Brett Moffitt battling it out. Brett Moffitt is ultra talented. That guy deserves a ride one day. Maybe he'll wind up driving for Junior Motorsports. He deserves it. Brett Moffitt's really good. Well, a nice smooth ride here. until we get tight and the tires fall off and we have to pit and get stuck a lap down because those fuckers that pitted under that previous caution are going to be able to stay out a lot longer. But whatever, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It's not like we can't overcome it anyway. We're going to be fucking kicking ass in this race. We're already lapping into the top 15 once we catch Truex up here.
That was a great lap.
Great lap, too. I love Bristol. Even though this race is boring to watch because we're dominating, I love driving here. I've been looking forward to sitting down and doing this race. And I'm looking forward to next week's race for us as well, Richmond.
Car high. All clear.
And we got a few cars on the lead lap, not many, 14 altogether. We're like Kyle Larson in the Xfinity race last Saturday. He lapped up to 8th place by the end of the fucking first stage, wasn't it? That was ridiculous. Fucking Xfinity Series, man. It's getting better because the cars are raceable with the new aero package they've got in the Xfinity Series. It's great, but fucking Cup drivers, man. Sounded like Bray Wyatt just now. Man. Those Cup drivers, man. They leeches, man. We're almost 100 laps in. God damn, this race can't go by fast enough.
Stay low.
You know, I love driving here. It's just too easy. It's not quite the challenge that it should be. It's Bristol. It's challenging to drive, but even half-passing it around this place, you can fucking drive away from the field like we're doing. We'll gaggle of lap cars up here. See Brad Keselowski in 13th. I hope there's a caution before we start getting to the point where we have to pit.
Still there.
Wow, that was a great move by me there. That was solid. To get past those guys without much trouble. Hello, Kyle Larson. Please don't fucking hook me, dick.
All clear.
Don't make me make fun of your real-life counterpart for giving away the race yesterday. Speed on pit road.
Still there.
I said when Larson lost the lead in the second stage, you know, he led the first 202 laps. When he lost the lead around lap 203 or whatever, I said he's not winning this race because he's going to have nothing left by the end. He was going so hard. And he impressed me. He stayed in it, but then late he sped on pit road and all that, and they had to stay out on old tires to get some of his track position back, and he just had nothing left at the end. He races hard, though. That's what I like about Kyle Larson. He's unbelievably talented and always goes hard. He races every lap like it's the last.
Stay low. Still there. Stay low. Still there.
I'm concerned about the future of the sport of NASCAR. It does not hinge entirely on Dale Jr., but Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, and Dale Jr. and Carl Edwards all retiring one after the other.
Still there.
That makes some people not want to watch anymore. Oh, hey, what's up? I see you're here now. You ain't missed anything. We've just dominated, basically. They have a huge lead. There have been 2 cautions. Danica wrecked and then somebody else wrecked, and I don't know what caused the second one. We've lapped up into the top 10 now. So things are going pretty well. This is probably my best race of the year, if it stays this way. It's not that exciting. I've got this on the hardest difficulty. We're like as hard as you can be. It's just that game at Bristol is weird. It's messed up. They really need to work on the AI in the next game at the road courses and the short tracks. because they're too easy to beat. I feel like the 1.5 miles in this game are too hard, but the short tracks and stuff are too easy.
Still there.
And without any more cautions, this is going to be a runaway race.
Clear high.
Oh, that's good. I need to start walking a lot more myself.
Still
I've
there.
cut way back on like eating stuff lately. I'm trying to like really diet again. I haven't gotten to the working out part yet, but I'm sure that will come. I'm on the road back to getting in a little better shape. I need to.
Stay high. Still there.
I fail to believe that the fucking 32nd place car can get around me like that.
All clear. Still there. All clear.
A caution before the end of this run would be great. That would be ideal. I would hate to have to run over 120 laps on this fucking set of tires. Because when our tires fall off, they fall the fuck off. That lead will be cut in half if I stay out too long. Do a Batman stream later tonight after this. I think if I feel like it. I can't sleep lately. I'm really having trouble sleeping, and I'm tired all the time. I want to sleep. I'm really tired and want to sleep, but I just can't. And it's fucking stressing me out. Need to look in the mirror lately and see how dark under my eyes are now. Danica trying to get in my way again like she did earlier.
Still there. Clear high.
Yeah, I'm going to start walking again. I don't know why I ever stopped. Actually, I know why I stopped, because that one job I had for 6 months, we were doing 10-hour work days, and then a lot of us got laid off, and when I got laid off, I got super fucking lazy, because all I'd done for those months was just hate myself and work. And hate myself because I was working so much and was so miserable. So when I got laid off, I just got super fucking lazy. We are on lap 100. I wouldn't have been so lazy if I didn't work so hard on that job, because what I had to do, I was on my feet all day, walking around on concrete, non-stop, carrying heavy stuff. Never get to sit down except for like lunch. 10 hours a day. That's why I got lazy. If it was just like a normal ass job, I wouldn't have been so lazy when I got laid off. I did not mean to do that. Could you please get the fuck out of my way, car?
There's trouble in turn 4.
I'm glad that car decided to stop and get in my way. Oh yeah, it sucked. It was miserable. 34's parked and there's no caution for it, of course. I didn't mean to wreck the motherfucker. I'm losing my lead now. I got a big lead, but I'm losing it because he slowed me down. My lap times have started to fall way off. Car's getting really tight. They'll wait till I pit to throw the caution. They'll let me pit, get stuck a lap down, and then be like, oh, caution's out. I like how there were 2 cautions earlier, and we had a car stopped on the front stretch, and there was no caution because this game is stupid.
Watch those tires.
Watch those tires. We're pitting. We're going to go ahead and pit.
Slow down.
Alright, first pit stop of the day. Some cars pitted under the earlier cautions, so they're going to be the benefactors here. So this was all designed to screw me over because there was 2 cautions earlier for spins, and we had a wreck just now and no caution because it would have benefited me. So we're going to be a lap down now. I don't know who the leader is, but we're in 26th. More cars will have to pit shortly. Everybody else could stay out really long. I can't. I ran 107 laps there before I had to give it up and come in. "10 hours a day to do a job that we could have done sitting down, but they made us all stand up. We were not allowed to sit. And for a lot of what we were doing, we could have sat. We were just marking stuff and cutting stuff. You can sit while you do that, but they didn't want us to sit. So my right foot got fucked up. And my right foot is still fucked up from that. Like, if I... Get out of my way, you bitch.
Still there. Clear
There was no reason. Hell, the sowers got to sit down, but we couldn't sit down. Why do the sowers get to sit and we don't when we're doing a job that's a lot like theirs?
Still there.
But we're not allowed
You're
to
all
sit.
clear.
So that was really retarded. Blaney's doing that stupid thing they do. I'm going to get in the middle of the racetrack so you can't get under me or go around me on the outside.
Still there. All
He
clear.
slowed me down by about 3/10 there, so I'm not even getting to take advantage of the fact that my tires are fresher than everybody else because everybody keeps racing me like a dick.
You're all clear. Car high.
Hey, let me do what Danica did yesterday and come off turn 2 and just slam the guy on the outside.
Car high.
Wreck myself in there. That'd be the Danica thing to do. Kurt Busch in 19th now because I think he pitted under a previous caution. Two early cautions and then we got to stay green for a while to fuck Dale over, you know.
That was a great lap.
Best lap of the race right there.
Still there. You're all clear. Car high.
Best part about the race yesterday was that Kyle Busch wrecked twice.
Still there. All clear. Still there.
You went low on purpose. And then he hits me.
All clear.
He goes low on purpose and then he tries to wreck me. I'll remember that. Ryan Reed, number 16. Yeah, you got it.
Car high. Clear high. All clear.
Thanks for all the room, Bubba.
Clear high.
The game would probably throw a caution, tell me I'm getting the wave around, and then still leave me a lap down, because that's what this game does. Hope their next game doesn't suck ass. They really dropped the ball with this one. It was promising, but they dropped the ball. EA Sports needs to come pick that motherfucker up, is all I can say. I think it's been long enough now to where people would really want a NASCAR game made by EA Sports. I really believe that in my heart. I know the sport's not as popular as it was, but enough time has passed to where there would be interest in buying an EA Sports made NASCAR game, since they used to do them so well. I would run out and pre-order that thing.
All clear. Car low.
Because I'd be super excited. As Denny Hamlin tries to cross over me, well, guess what? I drive in the corner deeper than you. Okay, you could just hit me. Yeah, that's one way to try to get back around this, to run into me.
Hold your line.
He's still hitting me, but I'm not cutting him a fucking ounce of slack. Alright, we're back on the lead lap. So if a caution comes out, we're not screwed over. If caution comes out, we'd actually be in good shape, as the 19 car just drives in and knocks the shit out of me. Thanks. Those guys have not had to pit. They've been out for 127 laps on the same tires, and they don't have to pit. But I had to fucking duck onto pit road before lap 110.
Still there.
Oh well, we're on the lead lap.
All clear.
Why did my car not turn there? Why did it not turn? I'm driving the same way I've been all race long, and now all of a sudden it won't turn. And I know I'm on fresher tires than everybody else. We're at a disadvantage at every race we go to because the AI can stay out on old tires and kick your ass. But the moment your tires start showing a bit of wear, you start getting tight and you can't drive it anymore.
Still there.
So we're literally at a disadvantage in every race.
Still there. Clear high.
Twitch has been good to me lately. The quality of my streams and stuff have been really good, and I haven't been kicked off. And I haven't been kicked off in this race yet. A lot of my videos on YouTube are like unwatchable because I suck and the quality sucks. It's all blurry. It's like watching a 2005 YouTube video. And of course they closed the door on me because they saw that I was looking to get in between them. If you ran me in that wall off that corner, I would hunt you down to the end of the earth, bitch.
Still there.
Yeah.
All clear.
134 laps. Nobody else has had to pit yet but me. At least I know I can go 100 laps before the shit gets fucked. I barely fucking touched him, for God's sake.
Clear low. Clear high.
Barely touch somebody, they get dead sideways. We're really strong on this run. We're stronger on this run than we were on the previous run. Our lap times are better. We're faster than everybody because we got fresher tires, but our lap times generally are better than what they were
Stay low. Still
on the
there.
previous run.
Still
Like
there.
that was a killer lap we just ran. Killer for this game, not killer for real Bristol. Harrison Burton, slowest car on the track. Every race. Every single one.
Car high. All clear.
I really want to get a PS2 and all the old NASCAR games while I know I can get them, because that Game Haven store I know has pretty much every one of them. But I don't have any money to spare right now. My money's saved for other stuff. Other stuff that's a bit more important than a PS2.
Hold your line.
Get out of my way, you fucks. Get out of my way!
Hold your line. Car low.
No caution for that,
Turn
as
three.
Eric Almirola thinks it's funny to dive under people. I'm gonna go kill that dog, I swear.
All clear.
She keeps barking at people that come here all the time, and she won't stop.
Still there. All clear. Car high.
Nobody else has had to pit yet. Well, I see one car on pit road on the front stretch.
All clear.
But, God damn it. Can I hit the right button, please? If I had stayed out on those tires, I would have lost half a fucking lap worth of time if I'd stayed out as long as everybody else gets to stay out. So I guess in the long run, this will pay off, hopefully. As long as the cautions fall the right way. Although, we've seen from the last couple of incidents, this game has decided that it does not want to throw cautions now. It threw 2 early in the race for little spins, but now, nah, fuck it, no more cautions. Got to fuck me over. Lap 148. Everybody comes to pit road now. I see a couple of cars. Overall, we're going to gain a lot by pitting early for what we did.
Still there. You're all clear. Car low. All
As
clear.
Paul Menard goes up to get in the way on purpose.
All clear.
Get the fuck out of my way. Like, seriously, you know I'm 10 times faster than you right now. And you want to be a fucking dick and get in my way. He literally just slid up the racetrack to get in front of me. And he was in 27th, 2 laps down, 3 laps down, whatever the fuck he is. Just because lap 151 and the leaders still have not pitted. They can go over 40 laps longer than me.
Car high. All clear.
Classic NASCAR Heat Evolution. Maybe it'll be more fair and balanced in the next game.
Still there. All clear. Car high. Clear high. All clear.
The amount of floodwaters in Bristol this week were pretty scary, especially in the parking lot at the racetrack. Some shit was going to start floating away if they didn't get everybody out of there.
Clear high.
Look how much I have to get on the brake to turn and get under this fucking homo.
Stay low.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just homo's something I say. I have gay friends. I shouldn't really say that. It's my inner high school kid still talking there when I say stuff like that.
Still there.
Everybody get the fuck out of my way, please. I'm a lot faster than you.
You're all clear.
As Danica goes low.
Turn 4.
Wrecking turn 4. Oh, the leaders are just now pitting. Lap 158. Oh, yeah. Poor guys.
Car high.
Out of my
Clear
fucking
high.
way, you stupid
Yellow
bitch.
now.
I mean, seriously, she just drove straight up into me. I have no patience for that right now. Oh, they finally threw a caution, of course. Fine by me. Johnson and Newman should be the leaders. Will come out hopefully in the top 5. Second, okay, that's fine. 10 cars on the lead lap as far as I can tell.
Get set. The race is going green.
We pitted under that caution, so we're good for at least another 100 laps. We'll be past halfway next time we have to pit. Short track, short tempers. Danica hit me for the 3rd fucking time today. So I finally fucking got tired of it. It was an accident the first time she got spun. Second time it was not an accident. 29th or whatever laps down, gonna run into the side of me who's on the lead lap. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that noise. At least we got the pit there so we can go a lot farther now. I already want to play Batman. I'm stuck in this race. I don't mind doing these every week. We're only doing one a week. Last week, since it was an off week, I played this game a lot. I started a season where you do one race at each track, and I'm like towards the end of that. I was doing that just to get practice and to keep playing during an off week. I think I did one race at Bristol during that. Stronger than we've been all race long. That's good. I like how guys didn't pit under that caution. They stayed out to take the wave around, and then they pit immediately when we go green again, causing them to lose more time. Ryan Newman, Brad Keselowski, Clint Boyer, Chase Elliott round out the top 5. I feel so accomplished when this race is over. That's what I always feel like when I complete these full races. I'm like, man, I feel so accomplished. Because it's like, yay, it's finally over. Might have to turn on a podcast soon to pass the time. Might do that just past halfway. That'll eat up a lot of time throughout the race. I'll still talk occasionally. Not really, it's hard to really talk consistently for 500 laps, but you know, I do what I can. My Batman streams have been really good lately because we took a break from Batman for a while and came back to it. Although the game crashes have been getting annoying. We are running so strong right now, it feels good. Back is itching. 3 cautions today. I accidentally caused one, and then I was not responsible for the other, and then Danica pissed me off for the 3rd time, so I wrecked her. So I'm 2 out of 3 today. Being aggressive, though. Cannot give an inch. We got a huge lead again. Good Lord. Caught the tail end of the field again.
You're all clear.
Caught the tail end of the field a lot quicker this time. It was nice when the cautions come out, you get a nice little break from lap traffic, just for a little bit. And got up out of the groove a little bit there. Probably cost me a 10th for turn 4. I was off the gas and turning and not run into you, buddy. So 13 cars in the lead lap, about to be 12. We get around Matt Kenseth, pending this slow-ass 23 doesn't get in the fucking way like he's done every race this year. And he's getting in the way because I'm having to back way off here. Get out of the way.
All clear.
So slow. Just about, now that there's so few cars on the lead lap, I will pit just about every caution, I think, because I want to keep tires on this thing constantly because we're cutting such a good pace. And I know even if I have to restart like 10th, I can have the lead within a few laps because we take off on the... This is one of the few racetracks in this game where you really take off on the restarts. Like, you don't have to go slow. You're not going slow for a lap and a half to try to get up to speed with everybody else. You take off really quickly here. Bristol and Dover, Martinsville, Phoenix. There's a few racetracks. The road courses, you really take off on restarts.
You're all clear.
Good grief. See, I got to deal with shit like that because they just fucking slam on the brakes. And even though you're off the gas, you're like really off the gas going in the corner because you're ready for it, it still completely fucks you over.
Stay low.
And then they go and slide for half a lap, and you got to hit the brake and slow it down to half speed to figure out which fucking way their piece of shit car is going to go. It's a drag. Cost me 3 seconds there or something.
Car low.
But it's Bristol. Lap traffic is just part of the deal.
Still there.
See, look at that. I can't go any slower. If I go any slower, I'm going to be stopped.
Clear high.
I got excited. I looked at my computer and I had a notification that Batman Arkham Videos had uploaded a video, and I saw that it was the Arkham VR PC trailer, and I'm like, whoop-de-fucking-do. It's like, damn it. Hopefully we get something Batman related today. When E3 comes around, I guess we'll all just have to be disappointed when they don't announce a Batman thing, even though it's rumored that they're supposed to announce a Batman game of some kind. That popped up on like the schedule or something for E3. I don't know if it's fake or not, but hopefully it's real. We all had our hopes up for March 8th, and it turned out to be a fucking Shadow of Mordor game. Whoop-de fucking do. It's like, hooray, another Shadow of Mordor game. Woo.
Stay low.
It's that game that rips off the Batman games, not an actual Batman game. Yay.
Still there. All clear. All clear. Still there. You're all clear.
This race is so screwed up because everybody's on different pit cycles. I'm on the worst one because I have to pit like 30, 40 laps before anybody else. That's just how this game is.
Still there.
There's basically no way to conserve your tires without going really fucking slow and sucking ass, and I'm not going to do that. I don't like drive extremely hard every lap. I just drive like I normally would. I feel like I touched the wall there, but I still ran the killer lap time.
Still there. You're all clear.
$300 to go. I'll go by relatively fast. It's not that bad. To get past halfway, I'll feel a lot better.
Stay low. Still there.
You know, I said with about 200 to go in the real race yesterday, I was like, man, I hope Jimmy Johnson somehow wins this, because I'm like, this has been a great race, but the one thing that would piss everyone off is if Jimmy Johnson
Still
won.
there.
And I got my wish.
All clear. Still there. All clear. Clear high. Stay low. Still
6
there.
cars on the lead lap now. I see Larson's up there.
You're all clear. Stay low. Still there. All clear. Still there. All clear.
Sad sound of silence. Not a lot to say. I don't blame you if you tune out on this one, because you ain't going to miss anything. Look at this clustered fuck up here I'm about to run into. And Kurt Busch goes super low, so I can't get under him. He slid up in front of me. That's his fault. I didn't fucking hit him or anything. He slid in front of me.
Still there?
It's Bristol, baby!
Car high.
Only 3 cars in the lead lap, about to be 2. We'll have finally lapped the field here shortly.
Car high.
Jimmy Brad Keselowski's about 3-4 seconds ahead of us.
Clear low. Clear high.
Almost ass rammed Jimmy Johnson because that slow ass car in front of him.
Stay high. Still
Stay
there.
high. That's the fucking 29 takes us 3 wide.
Stay high. Still there.
You are just causing all kinds of problems. You know that? I'm glad you're fucking spinning out. I wish you would wreck. Because I could pit and put some new tires on this thing and continue to kick ass. Gets to about inside of 50 to go on fuel. That's when my tires really start to go. So we've got about 35 to 40 more laps of the car handling okay, and then like a fucking light switch, it'll just turn to shit. So I wouldn't mind the caution before then. I honestly wish we had the 2017 rules so I could get a caution every once in a while.
Stay low.
I have to go so slow to avoid running into Jimmy Johnson. It's starting to get on my fucking nerves.
Still there. All clear.
Think we might actually get this race done in one video. Damn it, car just fucking, ugh. I don't like how that felt just now. Alright, I'm passing you, Jimmy. I've been behind you for too fucking long.
Still there.
Should have pitted under that previous caution,
Still
Jim.
there. All clear.
We'd be in this mess.
Still there. Clear high.
At least Talladega will be fun in a couple of weeks. Hope we're lucky enough to win that one. That one's going to be kind of tough. Easy to drive, but tough to win because it's like impossible to pass the fucking leaders. And if I get the lead, the game will throw a caution late and let everybody jump me on the restart. That's what happens.
Stay low. Still there. Clear high. Clear low. Still there. Clear high.
Keep an eye on this. Well, I'm going to leave this up. And then when my car starts getting tight and the crew chief's like, watch those tires, I'm going to see what percentage of wear the tire has to be on before it starts saying, watch those tires. Keselowski's managed to stay on the lead lap this long. That's pretty impressive. I see him up there though. Ooh. Michael McDowell. Oh, this ain't a road course or a plate track. Just kidding. I think he was really good at Martinsville a few weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken.
All clear.
I was really impressed. I think I remember being like, holy fuck, Michael McDowell's doing so good. I could be wrong, though. I could be thinking of another race or something. How many 19 cars are there in this race again? Because between the three of them, it seems like there's about 30 of them.
Still there. All clear.
Oh, my hands are starting to hurt. Carpal tunnel by the end of this season. I'll have turned so many laps in this game. That's the key with this game. You just got to keep playing it and stay on your game and get good at it.
Still there.
Clusterfuck up here on the backstretch. That's why I'm finally catching up to Brad
Still there.
to have officially lapped the field. Might get lucky though. My tires might go to shit before I get around him. Or not.
Still there.
Whoops.
All high. You're all clear. Still there. Clear low.
Oh, sorry, Busher. Not sorry to you, David Reagan. You fucked with me at Martinsville, so to hell with you.
Clear high.
Okay, that was scary. Did you see that? And there was no caution for that.
Still there.
Wow, game. Caution honestly would be great.
Clear high.
I'm gonna have to pit soon. In about 15 laps or so. That car still stopped. It didn't stop for 2 fucking laps. Like, come on.
Still there. Still there.
I like how Keselowski's been able to follow me through all the holes I'm leaving open
Still there.
when I lap guys.
Clear high.
Oh, it's
Car
fucking
low.
getting hot.
You're all clear.
Really dive under him because he's going to stay in the middle. Pick a lane and stay in it. High or low? No, I'm going to go middle, man.
Still there. Clear high. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Clear high.
Oh yeah, they can really hold that power down off the corner, but I can't.
Still there.
Hitting the halfway mark. I'm going to pause for a second here when I do.
Car low. Okay, that's the halfway mark now.
Yeah, that's halfway. Hold on. I am going to put this headset in my other ear. Get my other headphones out. Turn on something. Because I cannot take the sad sound of silence. Headphones. Look at Facebook. And we go to SoundCloud. There's a new episode of this podcast I like to listen to, and I'll go ahead and take the chance to fucking do that. Yay. And this will get me through the rest of this.
Clear low.
Wait a minute. Switch back to Twitch.
Car low.
And I just got moved out of the way by a lap car.
Still there.
Kozlowski just got his lap back because of it.
There's a wreck in turn 4. Car high. Stay low. Still there. All clear.
Hope you can't hear what's in my headphones. Honestly, if it comes through, I really don't give a shit. This podcast is going to keep me from going insane for the next 200 and whatever laps. 246 laps. Can't believe Junior's leaving the Cup Series. That's a bummer. It's just weird. Like, everybody's leaving. Stewart, Gordon, Edwards, Biffle, Junior. Mark Martin's already been gone for a while.
Still there. Still there. Clear high.
Damn, head's itching. It's what most of these races turn into, long periods of silence followed by me going, ah, itchy.
Still there. Still there. All clear.
Ugh. Can't believe I haven't run over more people than I have
You're all
today.
clear.
Watch those tires.
Car high. All clear.
Has he said watch those tires yet? I'm not pitting until he says that.
Watch those tires.
Watch those tires. We'll run another lap. Then we'll pit.
Car high. Clear high.
So that time we've made it to 45 laps left on fuel. That's about 5 laps longer than we did last time, I think.
Slow down.
There we go. Made it to pit road relatively easy. Okay. I'm in 6th on the lead lap. What the fuck? That's how far ahead I got.
Still
I could
there.
pit and be on the lead lap. Pretty impressive. Why am I having so much trouble passing a guy who's on really old tires? Who's laps down already.
Clear high. Still there. Still there. Still there. Clear high. Clear high. Car low. All clear. All clear. Car high. Still there. All clear. Car high.
We're working on catching the leaders pretty fast.
Stay low. Still there. All clear. Still there. Stay low. Still there. All clear. Car high. Clear high.
Oh, hey, welcome. You're not... Well, I apologize. You've tuned into a boring one. Because we're just kind of cruising along, dominating at
Car
Bristol.
high.
Later tonight, I'm doing a Batman stream again, though. That'll be a lot more interesting than this. And we are on the highest difficulty, and we're kicking this much ass. We are... How many laps in? 279 laps in. And we're really just... We've been dominating. We pitted, so we're in third right now. Because I have to short pit.
Car high.
Because my tires just die way before anybody else's. So. Yeah, this is a boring one.
All clear.
Let's go ahead and pause this, actually. And attempt to talk and be mildly entertaining during this horrible affair.
All clear.
Doing a full race every week was quite the commitment. I think I was happy to do it. I'm still happy to do it. I still enjoy a lot of it. But at the start of the season, I was like, oh, cool, new season. I'm ready to, like, do racing stuff. And now, like, 8 weeks in, I'm like, God damn it, I got to sit down and do a full race every week. I love racing, and I love playing the games and all that, but it's quite the chore. Because it's either too easy or it's so challenging it pisses me off. And this race is just too easy. Like, Atlanta was miserable because it was, like, really hard. And this one's just miserable because it's too fucking easy. And we're just running through everyone. Very rarely will we have that right balance. I think Vegas was probably the perfect balance of, like, this was challenging and it wasn't extremely long and we wound up winning, so I was happy. Fontana was good too, even though we didn't win that one. But Daytona was really great. That was really fun. I had to win that race on fuel mileage. Phoenix was okay. I was into that race because it wasn't too one-sided, but we did manage to win. And then we had Texas, which was the worst, most boring race of the year. We won that one. And now this one, it's like, fuck. What do you usually watch of my stuff? Are you into the NASCAR thing, or do you watch my Batman crap that I've done? Or the little bit of GTA that I've done that I need to do more of? If I could buy video games on a more regular basis, I guess that'd be a lot more interesting. But times are tough. I wish I had a capture card in the PS3. I could do Red Dead Redemption and GTA 4. I'm dying to do GTA 4.
Still there.
Thank you, Austin Dillon. Oh my god.
Clear low. All clear.
That fucker should have got out of the way.
There's trouble in turn 3.
And there's no caution for it either. Jesus.
Stay low. Still there.
Really? No caution for that? nerves. That was a complete accident. He just pulled up in front of me and like checked up really early getting into the corner.
Still there?
And I let off what I feel like is early for me to avoid plowing over people, but that dude came to a dead stop. Once we get inside of 200 to go, I'll feel so good. Chuck Mangione, I'll feel so good. The Batman stream will be after 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30. It'll be between 10 o'clock and 10:30 tonight. That's when I plan on doing it, between 10 and 10:30. Whoa, I got in that corner a little hot. I need to stream some Minecraft, but I don't really know what... I don't know of anything interesting to do in Minecraft. Unless I want to like look up online how to build some stuff. Because see, I'm not that good with Minecraft. I can play Minecraft, build some stuff, have fun, do goofy shit. But I mostly just play by myself. I should look up online how to build certain things and, you know, do that. Do like a project or something. That could be interesting. Chill out and listen to music. Play Minecraft. Should do a Yu-Gi-Oh stream one of these days. I've got Legacy of the Duelist. I could play through that. I could play through that with the TV show decks, which is really fucking hard. See, that game is easy when you make your own deck and just plow through the campaign because you can make really overpowered decks. But playing with like the TV decks, that's a challenge, and that might be a halfway interesting stream. Still got to finish Telltale Batman for everybody. And still got to finish GTA 5, the single-player campaign. So we've got stuff to do. A halfway decent variety. And the NASCAR thing's ongoing all year. Because I'm the guy who was so excited for the season to start that I decided to sit down and be like, let me do a full race every week.
All clear.
Times like this, it's like really tough, but I'm going to stick with it. I don't want to fall behind and have to do 2 a week. Ears itching. Fuck. Damn it. Oh god, this 19 car's so slow. Car got tight. Holy fucking A. Jesus. You know, that would have never happened if this dickhead in front of me wasn't going 2 miles an hour. I'm pretty sure the pace car goes faster than this fucking clown.
Still there?
Out of the way. We have caught the leader, Brad Keselowski. He would have to pit relatively soon, I would think. Of course, he takes the low line. He wants to try to pin me behind that lap car. I'm going to get him going to 3 here, whether he likes it or not.
All clear.
Okay, we're inside of 200 to go. I feel a little better now. Once we get inside 150, I'll be feeling really good. I feel bad for anybody who sees this as their first stream. Like, anybody who watches my content for the first time and sees something like this, and go, well, that was boring. I'm never watching that again.
Still there?
Do shorter races. I can't. I'm in too deep now.
Still there?
Maybe doing half races would have been better.
Still there?
Even trying to handicap myself, I start dead last every race. To sort of handicap myself and make it slightly interesting, at least for a little bit, before we get into this whole run.
You're all clear.
At least there's a handful of cars on the lead lap. They have to pit soon. That'll change. And we'll be right back to square one. Well, there's about to be just a couple cars on the lead lap.
All clear.
Hasn't been a caution for a long time. It's been 84 years.
Still there. Clear high.
Races like the one yesterday really make me want to go to this place. I'd love to go to Bristol, even though it's not what it used to be.
Still there.
That race yesterday was so good.
All clear. Stay low. Still there.
Out of the way, Paul Menard. You got in my way once today that really pissed me off. Sliding up in front of me in the middle of the corner. I really don't forget.
All high.
I remember everything.
All clear.
My lap times are so slow.
Car is pitting.
There's one car to pit road. Dickhead Logano. Maybe there'll be a caution while they're all pitting. Somebody gets run over trying to get to pit road. Hopefully I'm not the one who runs them over. Because sometimes they do just kind of stop in the middle of the racetrack. I thought Casey Kane was going to pit road there. He got so low.
Car is pitting.
Oh boy. Too wide in front of me.
Hold your
Whoa, Jamie, I'm sorry. You know what, Jamie? If this was realistic, you'd just wreck yourself anyway.
Clear low.
I don't know if I'll watch SmackDown tonight. I still haven't watched Raw from yesterday because I was just so out of it. I'm going to watch both of them by the end of the week, but I don't think I'm going to watch SmackDown tonight. Since the Superstar shakeup, SmackDown's been really weak. SmackDown went from being the best show to being a lot more weak than it was. They still got AJ Styles, though, so it's worth watching, but they really got fucked.
Still there.
I think that was by design, though. WWE hates it when SmackDown's doing better than Raw.
Still there.
According to Paul Heyman, anyway.
All clear. Still there.
I regret not monetizing my YouTube videos sooner because I didn't know how all that shit worked and I wasn't sure how to go about it. And then I figured out how to do it, and now I'm like, fuck, look at all the money I lost by not monetizing them earlier.
Clear high.
Boy, that sucks.
Clear high.
Oh well, I'll keep at it. Trying to make this a job one of these days. Maybe one of these days I can get an Xbox One. Yeah, take my headset, switch it to my other ear. This ear's about had it. As my shit all falls into the floor. Thank you, computer. Oh, my back hurts. When this race is over, I'm going to go take a walk, stretch out before I stream again. I streamed Batman for like 3 hours last night and was dying at the end of it when I stood up. I was like, whoa, I sat there way too long. I'm a way busher. Okay, Trevor Bain. That's one way to get back on the racetrack, to just come up and knock the shit out of someone. I wish you fucking wrecked. He's driving like he did yesterday for real. He's just completely jacked up the fucking nose of my car. It'd be nice to have an Xbox One. God, this race is so fucking long. We still got 175 laps to go. This series has slowly morphed into me complaining all the time. Who doesn't want to hear a man bitter that he's committed himself to this for the rest of the year?
All clear.
I see why nobody does full races on YouTube. Okay, Ryan Reed, really? You purposely got down in front of me like that?
All clear.
The only exciting part of this race was when I was first working my way to the front and I almost got T-boned by a car that had spun out and they didn't throw a caution for it, and he was driving back up onto the racetrack. That was a tense few seconds. So it was Ricky Stenhouse that did that.
Still there.
That's a good thing I'm so far ahead. I'm getting really sloppy and my lap times are showing it because I'm
Still there.
exhausted.
All clear.
My sleep troubles continue. I just can't sleep. I'm going to drop dead one of these days from exhaustion. I'm committing myself after the Batman stream tonight. I am going to sleep. And hopefully I'll sleep for like 12 hours. Instead of getting woke up this morning when I was trying to sleep late. Dale Jr.'s retiring. I know. I'll find out when I wake up. You have to text me? Jesus. You think a guy like me who's a big Junior fan wouldn't fucking find out? Everybody wants to be the one to break the news.
There's a wreck in turn 4.
Please throw a caution. One more laps. 25 I can go. It's going to be tough at the end of this race. If it stays how it is. It'll be tough limping this thing around on old tires, that's for sure. I really want a PS2 because I've been watching a lot of NASCAR Dirt to Daytona videos and NASCAR Thunder 2003 videos. I miss those days. You know, when they made good NASCAR games. I'm so nostalgic for good NASCAR games. It's crazy. Yeah, okay. Really nostalgic for those days. Well, when I was a kid, I didn't appreciate that one day I would really like to have those old racing games. So I remember a long time ago, I sold my PS2 and sold all the games to buy stuff for my Xbox 360. And then years later, I'm like, man, I'd really like to have a PS2. I could get Dirt to Daytona for GameCube. I could do that. I think, yeah, that was a GameCube game too. Caution is out. Ooh, let me take a moment. Ugh. The caution is out. God, we've just murdered the field today. I'm not advancing to green flag. I'm taking a second. I'm going to enjoy these next 10 seconds of relaxation. It's Bristol, baby! So some cars took the wave around and are now just 2 laps down. Brad Keselowski got the free pass and is only 1 lap down.
The race is going green.
We pitted there. There's 158 laps to go. We'll have to pit one more time. Well, actually, yeah, we'll have to pit one more time. Nobody can make it from here. I'm just trying to think of a way that we're going to get fucked out of this race after dominating it so soundly. That's really going to stink. Because whatever bad situation can happen usually does happen. Because it's me. And I have terrible luck. Hell, you saw Fontana. You saw Atlanta. They had major fucking problems. Okay, almost 150 to go. Almost. That's our next milestone to make me feel like, don't worry, Dale, we're almost done. 153 to go now. I really needed that caution. Starting to go crazy. Everybody's crazy. No, I did not just sing Michael Bolton, did I? That's a first for this channel or whatever. That was that time Michael Bolton tried to do, like, hard rock. And I only know that song because of Beavis and Butthead. They watched the music video for it. Oh my God, Butthead, it's Michael Bolton. So tired I can't even do like a half-decent Beavis impression. Imagine if this race really happened, how many BS debris cautions NASCAR would throw to get everybody back in the lead lap. Although if this race was realistic, there would have been a lot more cautions because there's been a lot more accidents that I've seen. I've caused a couple, and I've seen other cars that have wrecked just be stopped and there not be a caution. So when this game does throw a caution, it's rather shocking. And what's sad is that the caution sensitivity is a lot better than it was when this game was new because they patched it, but it still sucks. They patched it, but barely made it better. Like it's only halfway mediocre now. As opposed to when you first got the game, you could cause like a 30-car pile-up and there wouldn't be a caution. How come games from over a decade ago can do cautions right, but this game that came out just last year can't fucking figure it out? I don't understand. Then again, this is just a PlayStation 4 port of Dirt to Daytona without all the fun stuff in it. That's all this is. That's why I would like to get Dirt to Daytona. I'd be really good at that game because I fucking played this one so much. And you get those cool intros from Alan Bestwick when you're doing the fucking Beat the Heat challenges. And when you're doing like a season. You're like, well, welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway, blah, 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 blah. And he talks about the track and they show you the starting lineup and you get to go. This game has no presentation, no prestige like Dirt to Daytona had. But yet it still has a lot of the same glitches. Like the whole cautions out. And then when you go to restart, you're a lap down. That still happens. That happened in that game. It happens in this game. The game has the same engine sounds as Dirt to Daytona. Except at Texas, for some reason, the cars sound like they do now. It's weird that they only sound like that at one track.
You're all clear.
To go. Oh, we're getting there. The Batman stream is going to be so fun after this because I'll really appreciate it.
Still there?
You gotta have some lame ones to appreciate the good ones.
All clear. Still there? Clear low.
Oh, Jesus. What happens when you're 3 wide at Bristol? Never go 3 wide at Bristol.
Still there?
You're going to have a bad time.
Stay low. Still there?
Now that Dale Jr.'s gone, well, gonna be gone from full-time competition.
Still there?
I hope Danica Patrick soon quits too because she sucks, and she should just quit because she sucks. At least Dale Jr.'s talented, wins races, and is competitive. She just needs to quit because she's fucking garbage.
Still there? All clear. Stay low. Still there? Clear high. Car high. All clear.
For fun on Sunday, because the race got rained out and put to Monday, as everybody knows. So on Sunday, I decided to watch an old Bristol race to fill the void on my Sunday afternoon. So I watched the 2002 Bristol race where Kurt Busch got his first win.
Hold your line.
Alright, Denny Hamlin, I'm getting really tired of your shit.
Hold your line.
Like, seriously, Denny Hamlin, just go fuck yourself, man. Not in the mood.
Still there? All clear.
I watched the entire Food City 500 from 2002 on Sunday afternoon. It was fun. It was nice. It's easy. Wow, Trevor Bain. I don't know if you know this, but I was like underneath you, and you just kind of came down the middle of the corner.
Clear high.
Anyway, it was nice to watch a full race, and it went by fast because there was no commercials in it. Whoever uploaded it to YouTube had edited out all of the commercials, so it's like, we'll be right back, and then the race instantly comes back on. It's great. Once again, pointing out that Trevor Bain driving in this race much like he did yesterday, as in going full retard. Can't wait to see how many laps down everybody is at the end of this.
Still there? You're all clear. Stay high. Still there?
There's that stupid 34 car again. Landon Castle. I like Landon Castle, but his video game counterpart's a douchebag for some reason. I keep forgetting that Castle is the 34 now and that Reagan is the 38. Then again, who gives a fuck? They only have about 4 chances a year to be competitive. The 2 Daytona races and the 2 Talladega races.
You're all clear.
So in 2 weeks, they'll be excited because we're going to Talladega. My ear's itching. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Fans at this race must be bored. Let me pause this. Why now? I have to keep pausing to scratch my ear. Like I want to get it over with. 124 laps to go. $123 now. As my ear flares up again. Imagine driving a real race car and your ear itches that bad. You can't pause it and scratch it. You'd be fucked. I don't even have the headset in that ear anymore. So we now have less of a race that I normally do left to go. Usually I do 13% races when I'm just goofing off, and 13% races at Bristol are 125 laps, and we got 120 to go. So it's like running a normal race now, except we're already way ahead of everyone. They're lucky they don't have to run all 500 laps because they're all several laps down. Can't believe we found a nice empty space on the racetrack here until we catch Logano and Larson up there. Oops. Hit the apron a lot there. Not that it matters. I'm not playing on simulation. Simulation is too hard about when you touch the apron. Because touching the apron is not a death sentence like it is in this fucking game. It's not made of ice. There's less grip down there than the racing surface, but it's not fucking ice like this game would have you believe. He's forcing me up into McMurray on purpose. What a dick.
Still there? Car low. Clear low.
Way to be an asshole. 112 to go. It'd be like 50 just about anywhere else, so we're not that far from the end as I'm running over Kenseth because these guys won't get out of my way. And I'm pissed. I'm like Lex Luger. I'm pissed now. I'm sorry to run over Kenseth there. I know it was a dick move. Uh-oh.
Yellow's out.
Yellow's out. The pit. Gilowski's going to be back on the lead lap. And because that caution came out when it did, that probably means we'll be sliding around on a really shit race car towards the end of this thing.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag. Car high. You're all clear.
103 laps to go. Oh god, yeah, we're screwed. We're gonna have to ride this fucker out hard at the end unless we get another caution. And Keselowski's on the lead lap now, so that's great. Oh well, we can get out to a big lead and lap him again, we'll be okay. I hate that caution came out when it did, but that was my fault entirely. Because I'm grouchy. And want this to be over. Inside of 100 now. Oh well, we'll survive. You know, the whole Arkham Knight crashing thing is irritating because it reminds me of when Return to Arkham first came out. And I was streaming that, and it crashed a handful of times. It's like, am I ever going to get to play an Arkham game where I don't have to worry about it crashing on stream and fucking everything up? Because that's really irritating. Good lap times. I'm enjoying the clean racetrack in front of me. Should have been way more cautions in this race, but the game ignored half of them. Wow, new best ever lap here, and my spotter or crew chief didn't even take time to thank me for it. I'm insulted. We're in 17-2. I guess after 400 laps somewhere, you figure out how to run pretty good. Best part is I'd never be able to run a lap that good in qualifying, no matter how hard I try. I'm glad I don't qualify. Qualifying's a pain in the ass anyway, so to get to skip it is great. It's just like, let's fucking go race. I don't want to do this qualifying bullshit.
Stay low. Still
The
there.
19 moved the 12 out of the way. In the battle to see who's the slowest car out here.
All clear.
Spoiler alert, it's the 12 car.
Still there. Still there. Clear low.
I don't know how the AI in this game is this bad here. That somebody like me, who is an average player at best, I'm not that great, can just come here and just kill them on really hard difficulty.
Stay low. Still there. You're all clear. All clear. Still there. Stay low. Still there. Still there. Clear high.
Oh shit, you hit the brake there, we got in that corner a little too hot.
All clear. Hold your line. Car high.
Jesus Christ.
Clear high.
And then he just drives in and hits me. Thanks, Jamie. Little Jamie, baby.
Stay high. Still there.
I watch this guy on YouTube. He's got a really great racing game channel. It's called Soundhead Entertainment, and every week he'll post like a throwback race with like an old game to show off, like, hey, remember when this guy won this race? And for like some of the throwback races, he'll just use NASCAR 2003 on the PC and mod it. And I don't blame him, because if it's like, hey, remember this race from 2011? I would not want to use NASCAR the game Inside Line, because that game was fucking shit. So I would love to have NASCAR 2003 on PC and be able to mod it and make it like the current NASCAR games, because it'd be way better than this shit. But this shit, even though this is shit, is much better than anything you Technics did, so that's why I was so thrilled to have this game. I knew it wasn't that great, but it was better than NASCAR Inside Line and NASCAR 14 and all that shit. So I was happy to have it.
Still there. All clear.
But fuck them and their DLC. Oh, you want these paint schemes?
Still there. All clear.
Like, no, not really. I don't want to pay that much for paint schemes, thank you very much. I bought a few, and then they just got ridiculous with it, so I didn't buy anymore. They're lucky I bought this update, but I could not stand playing with last year's cars during this year's season, so I bought their fucking 2017 cheapo update that has so little effort put into it.
Still there. Still there. Clear low. All clear.
Where were you when Dale did a 500 lap race at Bristol that was really boring because he just whooped ass and dominated? Where were you? Tell your fucking grandkids about how boring this was. 70 laps to go. God, I'm like on autopilot right now.
Still there?
I can't remember the last time I did a full-length race at Bristol in a NASCAR game. It would have probably been NASCAR 2009 on the Xbox 360. Was the last time I did a full race at Bristol. I played NASCAR 09 for several years, because if you remember, after NASCAR 09, there was no game during the 2009 season. We didn't get another game until NASCAR the Game 2011, and boy, that shit was hot garbage. I guess I need to go back and look into NASCAR 2011 to appreciate this game more, because I know this game's not great, but I need those games to remind me why I kind of like this one. They serve that purpose. NASCAR the Game 2011 serves the purpose of showing you, hey, NASCAR Heat Evolution ain't so bad, even though it's bad. So bad that like more than half the people that bought this on Steam asked for a refund. That's how bad it was. Man, I really wanted Clint Boyer to win yesterday. NASCAR the Game 2011 is the biggest fucking turd that has ever graced a PS3. I watched a video of Kamikaze Games reviewing it, and as a joke, the video starts and it's playing horror movie music as he looks down and sees the NASCAR 2011 game disc, and he doesn't want to touch it, so he picks it up with like a pair of like scissors or something and like slides it into his PS3 because he didn't want to touch the actual disc because it's so bad.
Still there?
Thanks for giving me room, Newman. I don't know if you know this, but I'm up here. This is worse than the Martinsville race we dominated. Like, Martinsville we dominated, but not as bad as this. We're short track and road course ace.
Still there?
We'll all be happy when this is over.
Still there?
Ah, Paul Menard. You are professionally
All clear.
getting in my way. He's doing it at a professional level. It's like he gets paid to get in my way
Still there?
and cause problems.
Clear high.
I should go look around and see if I can get NASCAR 2003 somewhere for PC. And then get mods and stuff for it. I should get Dirt to Daytona for GameCube though. I should run out and do that actually.
Still there?
Wonder if they'd have it at GameStop.
Clear high.
Not GameStop, Game Haven. Yeah. GameStop damn sure wouldn't have it. Game Haven would
All
though.
high. You're all clear.
And it would be really cheap. It'd be like $4 or something. I can get that with the fucking change I have laying around. The only shitty thing about Dirt to Daytona is that it's missing a couple of key drivers from that season. It doesn't have Michael Waltrip, which is lame. Not because it's Michael Waltrip, it's just I like that Napa car that he drove. So I would miss that. So NASCAR Thunder 2003 would be better, but I'm pretty sure they didn't make that for GameCube. Pretty sure it's just PS2, Xbox, and PC. I know NASCAR 2005 is on GameCube. I have it for GameCube as we speak, but I never play it because if I start playing NASCAR 2005, it'll make me a shitty driver in this game because they're so different.
Still there? Hold your line. All clear. Still there.
Get out of the way. That was Ty Dillon's fault. He brake checked everybody up here.
Still there.
Wow, Larson, really? Larson just darted out to get in front of us.
Still
Alright,
there.
you've got to move, buddy. I don't know if you know this or not, but you've got to move.
You're all clear. Car high.
Yes, Ty Dillon, please jump down in front of me. Thank you.
All clear.
Thank you so much.
Stay high. Still there.
38th place. Getting in the
Clear
fucking
low.
way
Car low. You're all
like an
clear.
asshole.
Still there. Car high.
It's called get in front of Dale and fuck with him and brake check him and be an asshole. I barely touched him, so whatever. Pit. This'll buy me some time on clean racetrack. .38th on back. They've had just a shit day. Hey, Burt Cush. He's not in second, but he's next to us.
Get set.
As the field's all
Green is
jumbled
going
up.
green. There's the green flag. Car high. All clear.
38 to go. We are on the home stretch. We are so close to being fucking done with this. And it'll feel so good when we're done. And I can go take a break and then come back tonight and stream something more fun. Old Burt Cush is having a rough year since he won the Daytona 500. He won Daytona, but they really have struggled ever since. And yesterday, they wrecked. They kept going with damage, but just had a shit day. The key to this race and our domination, aside from the AI sucking here, is that we've kept fresh tires on it a lot today. And it's helped us gain as much time as we have. Because I didn't stay out there and slide around on really old tires for very long. 30 laps to go. Another caution would be great, because that would probably keep me from really getting into heavy lap traffic for the rest of this. Because within the next 20 laps, we're going to hit lap traffic again. God, I ate so much for supper tonight, I never want to eat again. There's a new table for 3 on the WWE Network that was really awesome. It was Shawn Michaels, AJ Styles, and Kevin Nash. It's really cool. We had cube steak, macaroni, pintos, and I ate a tad too much. Another 25 laps to go. We're almost done. The nightmare's almost over. It was really good, but I I hate that I ate it now. Funny, when I was eating supper tonight, I was watching that table for 3 thing with HBK, AJ Styles, and Kevin Nash, and I was sitting there eating and watching them talk and eat, and I was like, wow, it's like I'm eating with them. It was weird. The next table for 3 I'm really excited about, because it's fucking Michael Hayes, Eric Bischoff, and Jim Cornette. And they had Michael Hayes was there specifically to keep Jim Cornette from killing Eric Bischoff. And it was funny, Jimmy on his podcast said, he said, yeah, I did the table for 3 thing. He said, I knew it was going to be me and Michael Hayes, and they wouldn't tell me who the other guy was. And he's like, if it was Vince Russo, I'd have probably killed everybody and then went home for the week. And he said, now he got there and it was Eric Bischoff. And he said him and Bischoff shook hands. And he said, hey, Jim. And it's like, hey, Eric. And Jim says, Eric, have we ever even really met and spoke in person? And Eric said, actually, no, we haven't. And Jimmy said, well, good. Let's save it for the show. So the first time they ever really speak to each other properly is on the Table for 3 thing that's going to be on the network soon. The Table for 3 specials are too short because they're only like 20 minutes long. And you know they cut a bunch of stuff out. I think it should be like a fucking 45-minute to an hour thing, because it looked like Shawn Michaels and Kevin Nash and AJ Styles were having a great time talking, and we only got to see 20 minutes of it. And at the end, Kevin Nash was like, this was unbelievable. I love hanging out with you guys. It was good to see you. And it's like, well, I got that impression, but I feel like we're missing out because we don't get to see the entire conversation.
Still there? All clear.
I don't know why it's not longer. It's their fucking network. They can do whatever they want. I can't believe Jim Cornette. I'm going to see Jim Cornette on something WWE related. Get out of the way. Jimmy Johnson's sideways up here. Jimmy Johnson's had himself a rough day. Didn't go as well as real Jimmy Johnson's day did yesterday when he stole a win. He deserved to win. He drove a great race, and by the end it was clear Jimmy had the best car. I feel like because he just took care of his stuff better, and the track changed over the course of the race. I've never seen a race where the track changed so much throughout. You know, high groove, low groove, rubber up there. Oh, it got all wiped off because we had a red flag where they had to clean oil off the track. Sun was out for a little bit, and then it was mostly cloudy the whole day. It was bizarre, but it made for a really good race. And I love Monday races. I like Monday races because it gives me something to do in the afternoon on a Monday, which I usually never have anyway. So more Monday races. Although for that to happen it would have to rain, so we don't like rain at the racetrack under any circumstances. There was a small chance of rain yesterday, but it held off and they got the race in.
Stay low. Still there.
Well, we are very close to the end. 8 laps to go.
Still there. All clear.
Let me try not to fuck up and run into somebody and bring out a caution. Not that it would really matter. Keselowski's gotten like 3 free passes today, so he's on the lead lap after that last caution. He might finish there if I don't catch him before the end of this. Jesus, Jimmy. What the fuck was that for? He just drove up into me. Oh, my back. Oh, man, that hurt. Sat in the same position for too long.
Still there. You're all clear.
I gotta stop doing that. My hands are gonna be really grateful when this next 5 laps is over. This game does take a toll on you, it really does. Because you're fucking really pushing it and driving really hard. And your fingers start to feel it after a while.
Still there.
I know I keep saying it, but about the Telltale Batman thing, we will do that at some point, because one of these days I'll be sitting around and the mood will strike me to finish off the Telltale Batman series, so we'll get those last 3 episodes done eventually.
Here you go. Stay low.
I just have to remind everybody every time I stream something that, hey, we are going to do that, don't worry.
Still there.
They're just not very fun to stream for me personally.
Last lap.
Last lap. Hot damn, we've fucking done it.
Clear high.
Yeah, we did it. Through turn 3. Off turn 4, winner at Bristol.
Great job.
Yay, God almighty. Let me exhale. Because that was tough. Fuck. What can you say? About that? We just whooped them so fucking bad it wasn't even fun. That's a problem. I don't get it. Like, this game is challenging, but on the short tracks and the road courses, you can just bitch slap the field, man. It's like way too easy. But either way, it's nice to win something. I really stunk up the show for everybody, though. That's our 6th win out of 8 races. Casey Kane took a big hit in the points, but he's won a race, so it really doesn't matter. Yay! Fastest lap, me with my best lap ever here. Led to most laps, of course. Started dead last and won, so I was on the move. Stenhouse had a rough day. Stenhouse got a top 10 yesterday. It's like Ricky Stenhouse sucks everywhere except Bristol and Iowa. So next week will be Richmond. I like Richmond. We'll be good there. There's the standings. I'll just look through it a little bit, and yeah, we're done, and I'll be back in a couple of hours for anybody who wants to come hang out during that. So I'll see everybody later. Goodbye.